So what's up, everybody? It's me, TruStarscreamer, and we are looking at the top 10 figures of 2023. Now, not every figure could make this. A lot of figures I really wish could. But I do have some criteria for the figures, and those are things that I have reviewed. And if you missed what I haven't reviewed, I do have a video for that as well. But of course, like with every top 10 video, we have to start off with our honorable mentions. We're opening up with Master Wang. Now, I love this figure. This was made by Fure Toys, and he would have been a top 10 figure, except the only way I could really enjoy him is by taking off that cloak and not using everything he came with. So because of that, while he is a top tier figure, he is only an honorable mention. Still a high recommend, but not top 10 material. Next on our honorable mention list is Marvel Select Blade. This is actually probably my most top viewed video all year round, I kid you not. And I do love this figure. But again, the reason why he is only an honorable mention and not top 10 is I did have to modify him to get him to be that most awesomeness. I think a figure should be right out of the box badass awesome to be a top 10 figure. But again, amazing figure, and that's why he's an honorable mention, and I highly recommend. And also check out my mod video to really get the most out of this guy. Finally, because all awesomeness should come in threes, is our third honorable mention, which is SH Figuarts Chainsaw Man. This, I haven't touched a Figuart in ages, and I had to have this guy, and he absolutely lived up to the hype. It was just a one-off though, and I look at him and I'm happy I have him, but I don't want to say I could have lived without him. It's just, again, his engineering is incredible. He absolutely needs to be highlighted. It's just, this is the guy who irked out to number 11. It also, unfortunately, did not help that his companion piece, the Katana guy, it's going to be on another list, if you know what I'm saying. But now, let's get on with the show and start off with our first of our top 10 figures. Coming in at number 10, we are looking at the McFarlane Nightfall Catwoman figure. This figure totally blew my socks off, especially after coming off the Arkham Asylum figure, which let me down so bad. This figure hit everything I ever wanted from McFarlane figures. In fact, in some ways she spoiled me because I really haven't bought a major McFarlane figure since her. Absolute, near perfect figure from Todd, and the sole representation for his company on the list, but she comes in at a solid number 10. And in at number 9, this was absolutely a very cool figure, and we are looking at the Marvel Select Apocalypse figure. I don't normally touch selects, then of course Blade came in, and then I saw this guy. This is exactly what I wanted. This is a out-of-the-box, near-perfect figure of an absolute awesome representation of an epic comic book character. The accessories were on point. You felt every bit of value out of the box. Is it the most articulated figure out there? No, but it's Apocalypse. This guy is not exactly a ninja master. This figure has shelf presence. This figure looks good with other figures like Legends. It's a fantastic oversized figure that, seriously, if you see this guy in a comic book shop and you're an X-Men fan, pick him up. You will be absolutely happy with your purchase. Now, if only Select would make me a Sentinel figure, my god, they would break the game with that. Coming in at number 8. I don't want to say it pains me, but Mutt and Junkyard. And honestly, I think the only reason I put him so far at the end of this list is because he was such a new toy. I was afraid I was being biased with new toy syndrome. But Mutt and Junkyard is an absolute perfect set from G.I. Joe Classified. Junkyard is an awesome dog figure, and Mutt came with all the accessories I could want, including so many extra hands. It's a deluxe package. Again, one of those situations where I honestly feel you got your money's worth out of this. The joints were decent. All the paint looks great. The accessories all made sense with the exception of the nightstick, but I can get away with that. Really, I was so happy with this. I mean, I just put that review up a couple days ago, so it should still be on the search thing popping up. This is everything I want Classified to be, and probably what I'll be judging a lot of the next Classified figures up against. Absolute top 10 figure. Now for number 7. Lucky number 7. I totally admit I'm cheating with this, because while I'm using the NECA Dracula figure, pretty much all the NECA horror figures, the Universal Monster horror figures, are absolute awesome things. It is a niche, it's a niche line, and I personally am part of that niche, and I absolutely have been thrilled with every single one of these I've purchased. I would rank them all equally because you kind of want them all at an equal level, but NECA completely has been knocking this line out of the park, and hey, this is my list, I can do what I want. So I'm blanketly calling the Universal Monster line from NECA hard number 7. Looks great on my shelf. I am thrilled with every purchase of them, and I love them all equally. Because they are my children of the night, like wolves. Okay, that failed. Anyway. At number 6, we have Agent Helix from the G.I. Joe Classified line. This is a figure I had zero connection with. But this is a figure that absolutely blew my socks off. One of the best female figures from the Classified series. Her accessories are unique, and everything makes sense for her. Plus, she can hold all her accessories, which, you know, these are checking all my boxes. I wish I could put her higher, but again, just the stuff above her is that much cooler, so not to lessen this figure's value. I mean, I loved her sidearms with the extended clips, the extendable blades, the 2 katanas. Everything makes sense for this character. Just the small details from the one off-color cowlick hair in front of her face to just her makeup and the colors. You could fit her in with Action Force. You can fit her in with Marvel Legends. Just an absolute awesome 6-inch figure scale female agent. Agent Helix, I'm very happy to have you in my collection. Now, coming in at number 5, this is it. This is where the game players start coming through. And that is the Horde Troopers from Action Force. Oh, come on, you know the Force had to make an appearance here. And these guys are, as standalone purchases, you'll be happy. As an Action Force figure, probably the best with joint tolerances. The accessories look fantastic. They're unique. I did buy a pair of them, and I kind of might still get a third. The accessories, solid. Everything looks great. This was a convention exclusive originally, and then Bobby Valla did make it open to everybody to purchase, and they are probably some of the coolest figures from the Action Force line. I mean, yes, it is all mostly resculpt, with the exception of the helmet and the coloring on there, but I don't care, because it looks awesome. Again, they fit with my AIM troopers, they fit with Cobra troopers, they just work. And did I mention those joint tolerances are perfect? Because this is like he hit the sweet spot. I wish everything else moved like they did. So yes, coming in, top 5 material, the Horde Trooper from Action Force. Now, number 4. This guy threw me... I'm actually surprised he moved up the ranks so much, but the X-Men 97 Wolverine figure, this is the best Wolverine figure ever made, period. It reminded me of why I used to buy Marvel Legends. That's how good it was. I've been cherry-picking these guys, and this one absolutely was a prime fruit to pick, if you know what I'm saying. When I saw him in the stores, I was surprised. I almost gave up on Marvel Legends this year. I barely bought any, and this is one I am so happy I bought. He doesn't look too cartoony, and the claws look great. The articulation's fantastic. Pinless. This is, as of right now, the definitive Wolverine figure in my eyes. I absolutely love having him. I'm glad I bought him, and it reminded me again why I collected Marvel Legends to begin with. Just again, one of those figures that makes the lesser figures that much more lesser. Now coming in at number 3. Again, my list, my rules. I'm putting the entire Jada Toys Street Fighter line as my number 3 pick. Everything of these figures are fantastic. The hands down best value for dollar figures for $24, $25. They put the Figuarts on notice. These guys put Hasbro on notice, Mattel on notice. These came out of nowhere, and I am so in on this line. I have 4 of the figures right now. I just did not buy that Player 2 Ryu, and I am absolutely happy with every purchase I have made. Blanket the Jada Toys figures. If I could, would actually say this is the top figure of the year. If I could, but I wouldn't be honest with myself. But even if you're trying to avoid Hasbro, this is a fantastic alternative. If you don't want to buy the Figuarts, if you're a Street Fighter fan, I cannot sing enough praises about the entire Jada figure line. I would probably say Chun-Li, Fei Long, Ryu, that's the order I love them in the most. And that's why she's the cover girl for this line. Now number 2. Again, breaking my own rules like I did with Junkyard. I put him on the list, but he was so recent. Honestly, the Final Swing Spider-Man. Again, much like Wolverine, this as of right now is my definite Spider-Man figure. If not MCU, even just one of my definite Spider-Man figures. I cannot sing enough praises for this. Had all the hands. The head sculpts look fantastic. Yeah, sure, I could have lived with web effects, but honestly, the Hasbro web effects kind of suck, to be honest. Articulation, heads on point. The webbing, texturized. This is the Spider-Man we have been whining and complaining about, and we finally got. I love this figure. Again, like Wolverine, I asked myself, am I actually going to buy this? And then I did buy it. Again, the only problem is, this figure showed kind of how disappointing the other ones were in the line because of not getting all the hands and such. This, though, if you only bought one Spider-Man this year, this would be the one to get. Unless, a black suit one, but that's just me. Easily my number 2 figure. And, I look at it and say, boy, I'm glad I bought this. As the movie says, in the end, there can be only one. And it is absolutely the Maestro Union Veteran William figure. This thing, oh my lord, I am looking at him in my display cabinet now. Just so much awesome, such fantastic accessories. Out of the box, near perfect. I have him right now on display in the werewolf mode. I think I'm going to put him back into his quote-unquote veteran mode in a second for display. He just looks so good. I am very excited for the whole Maestro Union line. And this is easily, the figure of, boy, I'm so glad I bought this. This guy absolutely is the epitome of it. Photographed beautifully. Just a pleasure to pose, to put on display. That loose collector werewolf that's coming out looks absolutely beastly, but this guy is just so good. Please go back and check out that review. Just the amount of praise I sing on this is so justly deserved. And after looking at all my stuff, I go back to this one, and I'm like, it just, again, made me happy. Because that's what this is all about. That's what collecting is about. Making you happy. And I know there were a lot of really good figures that came out that I wish I could say they were all fantastic and perfect. There are a lot of things I kind of wish I didn't buy, to be honest, and we'll talk about that soon. But these are the stuff that, like I said, I think really stood out this year. But, as always, let me know your thoughts. Leave me a comment down below. This is what this is all about. 2024. We're going to do a whole lot more cool stuff, I feel. This channel's going to get that momentum. And it's all about people like you. And I appreciate every one of you. I hope you all have a safe 2024. I hope your 2023 had some excellent purchases. And stick around. We'll be working on the top five figures that kind of let me down. So hit that subscribe button if you're interested. Hit that subscribe button anyway. You know, I could use it. But as always, until next time, take care. Peace.